Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys had a great, wonderful week. Welcome back to the Prolific Mindset Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed your week. Hey, teachers, I hope you're still doing your thing. Everybody out there, you're important to the world. Everything that you do, teachers, police officers, firemen, so on and so on. I can go down the line and list of things that we got to be thankful for, man. You guys have done a lot for us. You guys have been out there through thick and thin. Everybody up north, I hope you're preparing yourself for the weather, because I've seen snow, and we get bad winters. We ain't have winter here yet. I think we had like a 2-day winter session, so eventually we gonna get back in the cold. But for right now, we gonna enjoy this beautiful weather. I hope everybody enjoy their holidays, enjoy this Christmas. Now you guys can enjoy your Christmas all you want. Now you guys can play all the Mariah Carey, all the Temptations, all the Frank Sinatra, all the Christmas songs that we usually play. But yeah, I want to rap a taste with you guys today. Me and my producer just gonna be shooting shit today. So we're gonna be talking about a few things. One of the things I wanted to talk about, I gave him a chat GPT. I gave him a prompt about a continent that was just found. So do we have 7 continents, 8 continents?
I think we have 7 continents.
We have 7. So now they found another, I think it's Zoolander. They found another continent, even though 95% of it is underwater, but they're finding continent. And I'm just curious to say and think of, everybody think that we're the only human beings in this universe. Think we the only people on this planet, but not this planet, but this flat surface. And I really, truly don't believe, because if we are a part of a galaxy or a solar system that has aliens or UFOs or all this other stuff, why in the hell would we think for 1 second that this plot of land ain't been tampered with way before our time? Like, people saying we can only go back so far. I'm realizing now, as I study history, that a lot of the time has been added. 1,000 years been written into our time. So a lot of the time when we see like 1495, if you ever look at the number in the beginning, it's an I. It's not 14. It's not a number. It's a letter. So now when you see something that say like 1711, it's not 17, it's an I. That first number is that's not a number, that's a letter. I didn't realize that until I kept just, going down the rabbit hole and just kept looking, that we added on years. Like we added on time. If you go back, wow. Let me see this.
Wait, that's crazy, because that's something that could be so easily missed. Oh, it's just a 1. No, it's an I.
But think about it.
Yeah.
Anytime you look at dates or something, you're looking at, you're already assuming, because you're already conditioned to.
That's crazy.
That's a 1.
Yeah.
And now since I've been like really, really looking into history, and I'm like, that's not a 1, that's an I. When did I start? So we added on 1,000 years of history. So even though it's been long as shit, because they're finding dinosaurs and all this other stuff that's millions of years old. That's what I'm saying. When people be like, with Jesus was here, the disciples was here, and all this other stuff, but pyramids have been here since, we don't know. We really don't know how long pyramids been here. We know damn well humans ain't damn build it, and we don't understand. And as people, we don't understand vibration and frequency. That's why I always say, you can't make me believe that there was a Tesla, because his inventions in the story, that's cool, but I think that was more of a cover-up, because somebody else was showing the world how to use free energy. They were showing how that the world was beautiful before we even touch it. Like, think about the Great Wall of China. We talking about China built the Great Wall. Before China was even recognized or even known, that shit was already built. They said it took over 1,000 years to build something that's 13,000 miles. And when you do see it, if you ever look at it, like, and you see, if you ever been there, please take a flight there so you can understand what I'm saying. When you go there, when you walk on the bridge or the wall, you gonna notice all the holes are facing inward. Nothing is facing outward to the land. So everything that's like, if I'm sitting on here, I'm looking into China. That's what all the wall, like, not the walls, but the holes for, like, say if they're going to war or something, they're battling in. So it was nothing they was trying to keep out. the question is, what the fuck were they trying to keep in? You built a 13,000-mile wall, and it took you 1,000 years. Think about the commitment you had to put in. 1,000 years of people had to build this wall. That's unheard of. And this one of the largest structures, even on top of with Mansa Musa, when he used to go to every country, he built mosques. But the largest structure in the world at one point, if you do your history, it was the Benin Wall. The Benin Wall was the largest structure in the world until Napoleon brought his old silly ass over there and burnt the shit down and tried his best. So that's why there's a lot of history or a lot of monuments are still up. Even on top of me and my producer talking about, they finally ran into a megalodon. But let me tell you how they ran into a megalodon. And I understand people may look at this crazy. On one episode, I talked about the Mariana Trench. The Mariana Trench is the distance between, let's start from Miami and go all the way to Tampa. That's how deep the Mariana Trench is.
And that's crazy, just to put in perspective.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just said. That's crazy.
So now since you know how deep that is, the crazy thing is some explorers that has a shitload of money took that depth and then realized they passed the lake that's underneath the Mariana Trench and kept going. We don't realize that we have a bottomless ocean. We don't have a bottom to it. The people the explorers kept going down and down and down and down, and they kept trying to see what they can run into, but they didn't run into it until some hit the submarine and it moved it. And they looking at the radar, and on the radar, all you see is this massive ass beak that's larger than them in it. And they took a little pic or a clip. They took a picture of him just off the side of his scale. I don't know meters very well, so I'm gonna try to think. I think it was like 75 feet long.
Wow.
That's
massive.
I don't know how big or long submarines are, but that's the size of a submarine. That's some scary shit to see underwater. Because if you look at a lot of these movies, like I always say, the galactic laws and rules to human, I have to show it to you before it happens. We think that Jaws and great whites are big sharks, and then we don't realize that it's something called megalodon. Think about it. Think about how they bring this to us. When you see the movies, they got the megalodon movie. When you go to what's the name of the event that everybody like going to? It's with monster trucks. I'm trying to say, I can't think of it right now. So it's like a monster truck show. One of the trucks there is a megalodon. Nobody comes up with just new shit. Everything that is done has always been being repeated. Everything that we do is just being repeated. Nothing under the sun is new. Inside of this dome, we have done everything repeatedly. We have not done anything new. It's so many different historical things in America that it doesn't make sense. Like, we don't realize the Mississippi River is really the Nile River. And if I told you that Egypt is really the United States, and somebody switched it and told you Africa is not really Africa, it was Kai. The real name of it was Kai. The only reason they called it Africa because everybody that was trying to take it over, from General Leopard to Napoleon to Caesar, that every great emperor or every great leader over there tried to take over Africa, they gave it the name of that place. The place used to be named Kai. But what if somebody told you one day that everything first started in the United States? Think about that. How would you look? And I understand a lot of us conditioned. We was taught something. We was shown something for so long. But just remember, when somebody in that position teaches you something that you can't go really research, and all you can keep researching is books because they created the book. It's just like going out of space. You can't go the fuck out of space. But for some apparent reason, everybody keeps telling us they can tell us every star in the solar system, but you can't even go out. You can't even get to them. That's why every time when Elon Musk sent a damn ship out in orbit, where I don't know if you want to call it orbit, but every time you send a ship out there, why you think you see this big ass like bubble that just start? Because it's the star X that's hitting the dome. Remember, we're in water, so when it hits, it's going to make a ripple effect if you ever seen. So because they don't really tell us all the launches for Tesla, or tell us the launches for SpaceX. So you have to be outside to just see the shit randomly that this is going to hit, because a space shuttle never goes up. A space shuttle just go across. But to my mind now, I'm thinking of, how do we get outside the dome? It has to be a bottom. If it's a bottomless, that means we're all like, it's no way in hell we getting out of it. But I do truly feel that some way that we can go underneath it. I don't know where and somehow, but I just feel like it's some way that we can go underneath and we can go out and we can see those stars. We can see those things. Because if to believe, you got to remember, we haven't been here for a long time. And whoever created this place, whoever created all these unknown lands and known lands, who created the UFOs, who created the aliens or whatever like that, it had to be one of the greatest creations ever. But it had to be masterminded by something greater. That's why some people say God. I believe there's a creator. Somebody that created something. That said there's many gods. So the only way gods are created has to come from a creator. But there's a shitload of history about this place in this world that we allow books and people to go to college and learn, because you got to remember, Rockefeller is the one who donates $50 million. So I can only imagine. He donated $50 million back in 1912 in education. So I can only imagine like how people would be doing, and they'd be like, $50 million was worth this in 1912. So I can only imagine what $50 million in 1912 really is now. And he's in that trust is still donating into America. It's still donating into education. It's still donating into health. Because think about this: when you go to your doctor's not trying to cure you. Your doctor is just trying to treat you. Doctors are not meant to cure you. They're only meant to treat you. How you think we control population? The Georgia Stones. Let's go to that. The Georgia Stone. There was a reason why those stones got destroyed. They said it was being vandalism. The way those stones was cut, the way those stones were structured, and it pointed all type of different ways. And those ways was meant for certain reasons. That's why if you hear certain explorers, they said some of the most important monuments are on the most important parallel line in the world. Like how we look at the latitude and longitude, most of the important structure are sitting on some of the most important lines in the world. And what I mean by line, like if you go get a map and you see those lines go up and down and to the side, some of those parallels, like we have structures like Egypt, the Sphinx, Ramsey. I noticed there are more out there, but all the most important pyramids are still sitting on the most important parallel. If you look at it as 369, you look at 369, those are some of the most important universal numbers ever. You have to dig deep to really figure this out. I'm really taking my time today so you guys can understand that it's a shitload of history we don't understand. It's even history even into our world. I just wish that some given point, and not trying to be political, I wish at some given point that we actually took the Constitution out, the same Constitution that was created way back in Philadelphia, and rewrite it, because we don't live by those words no more. We don't live by those ways no more. We don't live the way the 1,400 people, the 1,500, 1,600. Those words was created at a time that men and women and children walked in this type of way, the Constitution. Now you want me to tell somebody in 1492 to still live like that all the way to 2025? The ways are different. Life is different. Everybody is different. So how do we supposed to live, and how we supposed to be governed by rules or laws or government laws or whatever you want to call it? How are we supposed to be governed by them? And them shit was written back in the 1400s. We don't live those ways no more. We don't follow those ways. So how do we supposed to follow those? How do we supposed to? I feel like the Constitution is only used for convenience for politicians. For an American, it's not. It's only for basically a politician, because if we go to other countries, yeah, they have laws. Don't get me wrong, but they don't have a constitution. Not that I've heard. I never heard Xi Jinping from China say he got law. I ain't never hear Putin, not law, constitution. I ain't never hear Putin say he got constitutions, or what do you call him, Mr. Rocket Man from North Korea. He don't have constitutions. So think about it. United States feel like we're the powerhouse, but we're losing our structure and our power because the United States fight. The United States make presence with military. China just do trades. China trades in every country in the world. Listen to how that sounds. The United States don't. The United States only have military presence there because I want you to get scared. I want to get you scared. I want you to be intimidated. As China, Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying China's any better. They come over there with a smile face and be like, "Hey, we'll give you $1 billion to fix your infrastructure," knowing damn well this GDP never even seen $1 billion, but now China's willing to get it. And once you short on the payments of it, now they own infrastructure. Think about I-95. If you're in Miami, think about I-95. All the way from Miami all the way to what it is, Delaware, if I'm not mistaken, New York or Delaware is the distance. But when we allowed those structures to be built, every time that we had to get loans from country, we had to give off some type of infrastructure. Like, think about it. AI, all the people that is creating AI is not from America. NVIDIA, Jinxing's not from America. Tesla, who's a help, not from America. All the stocks that has something to do with AI is not from America. Now, if you own a piece of real estate, hell, you might be thinking about putting up a data center now, because that's the new lick now. Everybody want to take in data. I never knew how important data was until I realized when you order something from Amazon, for the rest of your day on your phone, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on something, it's going to pop up. Like, I don't want to see. You get it?
I just had that happen to me today. I bought a teleprompter, and now I'm getting all this.
You're going to get every version of a teleprompter. You're going to get the deals for the teleprompter. You're going to get every type of thing because that's data now.
It's like, even you're going through Instagram and you're looking, there are ads that pop up.
Yeah, it pops up, yeah.
It's nothing that, it's like, how the hell is it on a teleprompter now? Like before, like last week it was drums or whatever, and now it's crazy.
Yeah.
That data is, you're right.
Data's important. Data's everything. Like last week I had the guest on from Ridekill. The biggest thing with them that's going to make them successful is they're going to collect data. They're going to collect routes. So they know, okay, this many people come in, this many people come in, that many people come in. How you think Facebook knows what to put in algorithm? Because they got data. They know how to control somebody becoming a popular influence because they have data. They know the people that look at it. They know the quality. Because a lot of the times when you post something, if you don't realize, some people tell you to post at a certain time. You got to, like, think about TikTok. I'm going to use this for example, and I didn't realize this. On TikTok, when you post something, it gives you music. It gives you hashtag. All you got to do is just press it. It gives you hashtag. So it's giving me all this information to be able to put it somewhere that I want it. I don't want it to be in this algorithm, so I'm going to move it here. I don't want 1 million people to see it. So everybody that's in this algorithm, that's only 1,000 people, I'm going to let these 1,000 people see it. Unless somebody from another algorithm or another data say, I'm going to reshare it. I'm going to repost it. I'm going to do something. I'm going to tag your name in it. Because just think about it for a second. They use our information all day. Privacy, throw that shit out the window. We don't got privacy anymore. They stole our privacy. There's no such thing as privacy anymore. When I realized that they stole, I think they stole our social security number. I think when they say they had a cyber hack and we lost all our social security numbers to whomever it may be, there's no such thing as privacy. You can just try this trick for a day. I know everybody got iPhones. Get like a piece of black tape or something and put it across your camera just for a day. The front camera, not the back camera, the front camera. And I bet it'll say your phone is dysfunctional. You need to update it. Something's wrong. Your camera's not working because your camera's on all day. Your camera, they can record you anything. Think about, Dark Knight. Okay, Dark Knight the movie. Remember the part where Batman, I think one of his bosses got mad at Batman and said, "You turned this into a sonar radar," meaning he can hear. Now imagine if I can see the world. I'm a movie critic. Remember I don't know what Fast and Furious this was. It was a Fast and Furious when they went to Dubai and he was jumping off buildings and stuff, and they stole something called a God Eye. It was I don't know which one. It was one they was running around the world. They went to Dubai. I know that was one of the places. Damn, what was it before then? They was chasing after this one thing. It was called a God Eye.
Fast and Furious 7.
Okay, Fast and Furious 7. They was looking for this thing called a God Eye. If you realize this, it's phones everywhere. Phones everywhere. People have phones in their hands. People got their phones outside and carrying it now. If I want to see anything, if I hack into an Apple system or something like that, I can see everything. I can hear everything, see everything. Don't matter I don't care. A Marine taught me this. He don't care if you cut off every feature on your damn phone, they still can find you. You can take the battery out of an iPhone, they can still find you.
But the craziest thing is you can't even. I mean, yeah, you can't, but you really can't take a battery out of an iPhone.
You can't. But
that's what what I'm saying.
Oh
is
no,
like,
you can't. You're really true.
You really probably can't. I mean, yeah,
it's gonna take a process. Yeah, you're gonna have to smash it or something.
But they probably did that on purpose. Like they probably did.
I never thought about that because if you think about all the old phones before, like a Nextel or a Motor, you used to. Yeah, you're right. You used to take the back of it off. Now all of a sudden they're telling us, oh, the more sleek look, the more beautiful look, a battery that can last long. Is it really a battery, or is it really radiation that's giving off? Is it really signals that we have that gives off? Because think about it. When crimes, I'm gonna use crimes for example. When crimes happen, the first thing they say, oh man, your cell phone's in on this tower. That means the signal's giving off all day. Signals have to be given off all day to find it. So you got an iPhone, I'm telling you. Just put a piece of tape, just try the shit for one day. Put a black piece of tape so you can't see it, and look how your phone functions after that moment. Your phone is going to tell you everything that's wrong with it. It's going to tell you. As soon as you cover that front, not the back camera, your front camera, it's going to say something's wrong with your phone. Just because that means it can't see. It can hear you all day because you can cut off as many mics as you want.
Also, not to mention, I also have a huge theory that, I mean, who makes all the iPhones? China. Right? So how easy would it be to infiltrate us by just saying, oh, like they press one button and everything just either doesn't work or records, or I mean, that's sometimes where I think I'm like, they are more advanced. There's a lot of times, like if you go to Japan or China, they're like 10 steps ahead of us.
Because think who built all our technology. We don't build shit in the United States.
So like they could have been like, oh, we're going to pitch this to the American people. Oh, it's sleek. It's better. You don't have to take the battery out, like blah, blah. But in reality, they're like, yeah, these guys are dumb. They're not going to even question it. They're going to say, wow, I want to look better. I want to make it. But in reality, nobody's really going, wait, I can't turn this off, really. Like, I can't, if I don't want you to reach me, I can't have that happen, right? You know, like, it's kind of crazy to think of it.
No, but to really think that is, because think about, Trump made China sell TikTok and let them have they wanted the data. The United States didn't want China to have, because imagine, like you said, they hit a switch, they can damn near shut everything off. They hit a switch, they can watch our whole world because they the one who's creating it. NVIDIA, one of the top companies in the world now, basically holding and carrying the S&P 500 right now. A stock that a company, let's make this easy. If there are 1,000 employees at this company, at least, and I'm not even bullshitting you, at least 90% of the employees are millionaires. Because they gave them stocks and shares in the company. Now think what all the NVIDIA chips are doing now. Now they're in your TVs, they're in your laptop, they're in your phone. How fast do we need some shit to process? That's the first thing they sell us. The processor move fast. Only time I need a processor to move fast is on the PS5, the Xbox One, some type of video game. I don't need my phone to my phone or my TV to have a fast processor. Like China always like you saying, they always selling us a sell pitch. On your new screen TV, oh, it's crystal clear, it looks real, it's all of the other stuff, but think about the frequencies that it's releasing, that's giving off. I'm gonna use prime example. What was that damn little thing, the Zumba, that used to come across your house and clean?
Yeah, the Roomba.
Roomba. So it was the Roomba. At first, they gave it to everybody. Not gave it, but everybody bought it. They think it was the coolest shit ever. Then they made an update saying, hey, map out your house so the Zumba can be more efficient. So now you just showed me everybody who wanted to be the first to get it. Watch this. Bum. Look, it ain't going to hit nothing. It mapped your whole house out now. I know what your whole house is just from the frequency, just off what the Zumba did. It showed me where your kitchen at. It showed me everywhere it traveled, it gave me a whole layout. Your privacy just ended. It's the same thing with social media, but when you got to put a picture up or something, it says what it says. It says off or none, or say limited, or say full access. And then when it say fully access, you know how many pictures you got, you know how many photos you got, you know how many files you got. Now Instagram already has everything. The first time you touch it, that's why I have to ask you permission. Can I access this?
There's a lot of deception, I think, put in our world where there's different underlying meanings, because that's a perfect point. They're like, oh, we're trying to make this more convenient for you. But in reality, they're trying to get a layout of your house. Right? Like, and there's so many ways in that situations too. Like, I mean, we're not talking politics, but in politics that happens all the time. They're like, oh, we're giving you this way so that you kind of are vulnerable for this way, right?
Exactly.
And so it's in everyday kind of principles. And now you're like putting this in perspective. I'm like, an effing Roomba? Fucking Roomba?
Think
Like,
about it. It's the most thing that we wouldn't even pay attention to. A Roomba in your house, when it first came out, it didn't have that feature. Then it updated it. Then it said map out your house so you could, we probably got shit around like a broom that may fall or a table that may get bumped. Now, because it mapped out, it won't touch none of that shit. So it knows your house. It knows the outline of your house. It knows how big the square footage of your crib is now. So now think about it. If somebody hacks into we always got hackers. Because I think at one point they used to have people driving around when they had the little kid thing for babies and stuff. You used to watch kids. People would ride around having antennas up and start talking through those mics and start like going through people's Wi-Fi. Now just imagine if somebody want to break into your house, just hypothetically, I hope nobody get their house broken into, but hypothetically, if they wanted to break into your house and they want to know the format of your house, why not jailbreak or hack into the system of your home and figure out what device can tell me the whole outline of your house? And that's some scary shit. Like the things that we do every day, we don't realize. Every device that I have, from the computer to my phone to anything, you can find me. That's why when people say you go off grid, meaning you don't touch nothing, if I can say that if 10% of the population in the United States went off grid, the United States would go crazy as hell because now they can't keep account. They can't keep account of people. Think about with ICE when they're sending people back. Think about it. Mexicans or foreigners, anything. You haven't been put through the process. We haven't brainwashed you. We haven't done all this shit to you. Now we got to deport your ass back before you start telling people you didn't get the vac. You did. When every kid that was born used to get shots all the time. All those shots, they didn't get them in other countries. When damn, what else I can say? Or like going to school and learning about history. They didn't teach you your history. So a lot of the things that we usually are like conditioned to and that we grew up knowing, they don't know that. Whether they're from Cuba, whether they're from Mexico, whether they're from Haiti, whether they're from any country outside of the United States, if more and more of those people come over, they don't have the same process we went through. So we got to get rid of them. Also the other one is population, because other countries keep coming over here. They're going to be the most dominant. They're going to be the most dominant population over here, no matter who it is. But I really think the reason why we send people back to their country is because you didn't go through the process. You didn't get the COVID shot. You didn't get the shot you had at birth. You ain't get what do you call that shit? The TB shot when you went to school and they had to hold your skin and see if this gonna bump up or not. It's so many different things. If you really think about it, that's the reason they get rid of so many migrants. They got to get them out of it because they didn't go through what you went through. Fuck the living the way you live. It's the stuff that you have
regulations. It's the protocols that every one of us that we go through.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? They haven't went through it. So now you're going to let them come in here. You ain't got no Social Security, so you can't follow me. You can't look at, but you're forcing my hand to say, you got to get a job. So that's why I always love foreign people. They'll come up with their own shit. When you walk inside you come and go to a nail shop, what you see in all Vietnamese, Chinese. They ain't got to sign no W-2 paper. Only person that got to sign is the person that owned the damn building. When you go out to eat, or say like you're in Little Havana, their own people hired them. I ain't got to put you on no W-2. So what I need a Social Security number for? Why do I need any of that shit? So now I can keep you off the radar. The one thing I like about people from other countries, they'll hire their people and don't even have to go through it. Majority of your lawn care services. Who's usually doing it? It's always foreigners that's always doing lawn care. You ain't got to pay them no W-2 because majority of the people that are running the service are handing them the money. They're giving them cash. Because I can lie on my taxes, and we lie every day on taxes. And we can say on my taxes, man, for every cut, I only made $100. Knowing damn well you probably made $300-400 per cut. But because you took this out and you gave it to all these dudes here, they don't really need it. Each foreigner only just need one American person in their family to get all of them in. Once they get them in, I don't have to hire you to do a job. You want to go farming? You don't need. I don't see no W-2. When you want to create a job, I don't need a W-2. My people doing it. Think about it. Vietnamese, Chinese, Cubans, Bahamians, Haitians, Jamaicans, they can hire their own people. They ain't got to go through the U.S. system. If you just think about that for 1 second, we don't got to go through the traditional U.S. system to get a job or even to be recognized. But they didn't go through the protocol. So it's unfair that we have people that might come here that might fuck up the status quo, that might make you actually think outside of the box. But if somebody of your own kind that's American too, you look at us crazy as hell if we told you the same information that this Mexican probably told you, or this Cuban probably told me. You'll look at me kind of crazy. I'm gonna use prime example, and I'm not trying to get it too because I know people don't like Fidel Castro and all. Cool, great. The United States idolize enemies like him. What I mean by this is they idolize Castro. So every time they talk about Castro, you never heard nothing good. Even if it is something good, you won't hear it on TV because the media is owned by the people that need to allow you to hear. General Gaddafi, he was the most worst person. He was the worst dictator, everything. Notice all of and that's him. Then how can I say this? I'm trying to say this in the right way. Everything in America we idolize is not good. Like, I'm going to use prime example. I'm going to use the mob, La Cosa Nostra. We look at, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a mob fan. I look at every goddamn mob from Gotti to Fat Cat to all of these mob dudes, because we idolize these dudes. We always said we want to do that. Even if you go inside a court, you will realize for a certain type of class of people, they'll say, hey, this was mob infiltrated or this was gang related. They keep it separate. They keep that shit separate for a reason. I love the mob. I like how they had rules, because if you didn't have rules, you live with the animals. Now, listen to that same rule. When you listen to John Wick, what was the rule? What was one of the rules in there? We live by the rules, Jonathan.
No fighting
on continental grounds.
Yeah.
And the next thing is, the reason we have rules, because we live with the animals. If you go look back at it, he said the same rule as the mob. He said the same rule that La Cosa Nostra lived by. If we don't have rules, we live with animals. Same thing Jonathan said when he was sitting there with John, when he was looking for, I think, the dude that blew up his house. We all have laws. We all have rules that's governing. But what I'm trying to say is, United States idolize people like that. Like, people that blew up buildings, people that had mass shooting, people that infiltrated Pablo Escobar, or just anything. We idolize these people. We make movies on these goddamn people. We sink this in the back of your head. We put this in your head so good that you idolize the people. I started even looking at movies different. When I look at the Avengers, I don't look at Thanos as evil anymore. If you actually listen to the shit he say, Joker on Dark Knight, listen to the shit he say. A lot of the stuff that a lot of bad guys say makes so much sense, but because you don't understand mentally that we're going to make you look at them as a villain. We're going to make you look at him as a villain. I'm going to use problems. I'm going to use this. I'm turning the whole thing back. I'm going to turn to sports. Lane Kiffin left Ole Miss. Everybody knows Lane Kiffin is one of the most horrible coaches to work with, because he can get up and do some Lane Kiffin shit. Lane Kiffin was the same guy that went on the interview and told us we need to have governing body rules for college football. So what we did, NCAA so black and white, they said, fuck it, we don't need no rules. Have the NIL, have the transfer portal, we're good. Now LSU said, yo, we're going to give you a 7-year, $100 million deal. We're going to give you a $25 million war chest to go get any recruit you want. The NCAA allowed another school to poach another school to take their coach away. Ole Miss greatest season. They went 11-1 in school history. And all LSU said, hey, yo, here, hey, we give you 40 a year. We're going to give you 25 M's to recruit whatever you want. Go do what you want. Now look at Ole Miss. Ole Miss ain't even got a coach. They coach the staff because Lane Kiffin said, if you ain't on this plane, your ass stand here. You ain't coming to coach with me. So as a coach, if you feel like he one of those dudes, you like, man, I got to roll with him. So imagine those kids at Ole Miss that got left high and dry. And what I mean is now, you could turn on ESPN right now, Lane Kiffin is the villain. Come January 2nd, he's damn sure going to become the villain because now he can poach any player in the country. That's what I mean. Like, we have rules, but we have rules for certain things, and we idolize the villain. We're going to idolize Lane Kiffin because every rule that Lane Kiffin told your ass to put in place, he's going to dismantle it. I understand everybody said it's not going to work, but read my lips. I'm looking at the camera. LSU's going to be back on top. Because why? Your favorite college player is going to leave your school. You know why? Because you got a dude that's going to say, hey, yo, I'll give you $5 million if you walk away from the school. I'll give you $10 million. Because they gave somebody they gave a villain $25 million. Think about it. Think about it when we look at movies. I'm going to go back to the Thanos. That motherfucker had every resource in the universe. Joker, he had if you thought he didn't have a resource, think about all the shit he used. The man said, the people said, well, how much it is to kill Batman? We'll give you, I want half. Next you know, you see a shitload of money sitting up in it, he burning it. This man go through a town where they're trying to secretly hide somebody. This fucker hijacks a semi. He has, think about any Batman movie. Joker has all the fucking resources. Every villain we ever seen in a movie, how in the hell do they get all the damn resources? Think about it.
That's a good point.
I want you to think about that. That's what I'm saying. We idolize villains. We need villains around us to make the good guy seem good. But is he really good? Think about it. I'm gonna take you back to the Avengers with Captain America. With some of the things he did in certain, and we'll have to go down the line because there's a shitload of Avenger movie. But even Captain America, is he really a good guy? Is some of the people you really think good guys? Are they really trying to stop something, or they're trying to get the fame for it, or they're trying to get recognized for it? Think about it for a second now. Think about it. A super hit, like even with Dark Knight, and I know I keep using this current, with Dark Knight, when Batman tried to save the goddamn city from a bomb, they were still willing to lock his ass up. But Bane opened up a whole goddamn jail system, everybody in Gotham, and he came with all the resources. The motherfucker had a bomb. Like I said, listen to me. How did the villain get the resources? All villains have resources, because who gives it to them? Now that's the question. Think about that. That's the question. Look at every villain role or any way that we idolize villains. Stop looking at them with the lenses that they built in our brain. Use your own lens. Unlearn the way they made you look at a villain and look at the villain yourself. Start asking those questions and you'll understand. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Think about the villain, I'm telling you. How did he get the resources? But I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys listened in. Hey, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Apple Music, Spotify. Hey, man, whatever you want to hear, hit me up. Write in my inbox. Email me. Tell me what topic you would like for me to talk about so we can really get in depth to some shit. But I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the holidays, man. Drink all the eggnog you want, man. Hey, give your kids that early Christmas present. Not too damn early, but just enough. Love you guys. Have a great day.